Well, you've played Skate 3, I've played Skate 3, we all have played Skate 3. It's one of the best games to ever exist in my opinion, and quite honestly, I would argue with that statement. So when EA shut down Black Box, I was pretty sad. But then I was excited to hear, hey, we're getting a new Skate game. But then, of course, we knew it was EA. So in today's video, this is for the Skate 3 fans. This is for all Skate fans. I'll be doing my honest review about what I think Skate 4 is and if you should play it or not. So let's get right into it. First, I want to talk about gameplay. Now, this is not going to be the one I'm going to mainly stay on for a little bit. You know, it's not going to be the main part of the video, but I'd at least like to spend like 4 or 5 minutes talking about it because there is some stuff I would like to kind of like sneak in or just talk about. So first of all, if you're ever wondering how it controls compared to Skate 3, I'd like to say it is somewhat similar, but not in the sense of it feeling like Skate 3.
What?
If that kind of makes sense. I feel like it's a lot more grounded and a lot more thicker. So like gravity feels a little bit more realistic to me than it did in Skate 3. Now the controls are nice. I do like them. Like I said, sorry, hit my mic. Like I said, it's not exactly like Skate 3, but it's almost close to Skate 3, just a little bit more quote-unquote realistic gravity. Sorry, my mic's hitting my mic a lot. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to reach for my coffee. But the gameplay, it's nice. It's pretty good. My only complaint is I'd like it if we could turn on the thing we had in Skate 3 originally, where it's like the difficulty. So like easy, hard, realistic. Because the thing that's what I loved about Skate 3 is that we could kind of control how hard the game can be. So if we want it to be realistic and do only jumps that are more realistic, like going like 3 feet up in the air and then trying to land it would be really difficult in real life. So I feel like having stuff like that be an option would be really cool. There are a lot of jumps in this game that would be amazing to do, but you simply can't because of it being too harsh for you to land on, if that makes sense, or it's just, you know, the gravity is a little bit more realistic. But that's my only complaint so far with the controls. Another thing too, there's a new way of, I don't think it's new, but it's a different way of having the controls being set up, and they're the ones I think the game sets you off with, but I instantly switched that to the Skate 3 controls, which is something I'm really glad they added. And it's I think honestly kind of the best ever controls we'll ever get for skateboarding, in my opinion. This is not really kind of in this controls section. It should kind of be its own thing, but I kind of just want to talk about it. I guess it could fall into the UI. I guess this is also just gameplay / UI section. The UI is a bit of a cluster because there's just a lot that happens. Here's what you need to do. Remove literally what makes that little joystick thing that shows up at the bottom that shows you how to like do flick controls. Remove that if you have that turned on. There's also UI to show you like where missions are and all that. Remove that, and that's how you make your game look kind of like nice and neat. Me personally, if I'm playing a skateboarding game, I'd like it to be a lot more clean, not much going on. I kind of just want to see a straight path of where I'm going. I don't need a whole bunch of bullshit on my screen. That's just personal preference. If you like that, that's cool. Like I said, I just don't like having a lot of UI on my screen. Another thing too is the camera. The camera's nice, and honestly, it can get a little weird at times when you're trying to walk or land. And it'll do that thing like it did in Skate 3. If you're going really fast, the camera just kind of loses itself. It doesn't know where to really do or where to go. But it's not too much of a problem. It's a skateboarding game. It's whatever. But yeah, controls, the UI, if you remove a lot of shit, it's not that bad. Honestly, I would say it's pretty good. And it's shocking because it's EA. And yeah, like I said, it's nice, it's good. It's not, like I said, it's not like Skate 3. I hope they do eventually add a difficulty slider. Not because I suck at the game or people suck at the game. I just feel like that was such a good thing to have in Skate 3. Because you can either play it seriously, or if you just want to play for fun, go off like a 90-meter tall building. I don't know why I'm saying meter. My ass is American. If you want to go off like a 90-mile tall ramp and go into a pool without having any trouble, then you just go easy mode on Skate 3. But if you just want to do some, a little bit more grounded, realistic skateboarding, you'd go on realistic. So eventually they'll add that, I hope. And this is obviously early access, which, I'll get to that later. But yeah, that's my thought on the controls, kind of like how the game plays. Overall, I'll give the controls kind of like a solid 7.5, maybe a 6.5. I'm still kind of mixed on the controls, but it takes time to get used to.
All right, we're rolling.
I'm Peter Griffin, and this is Shopping Cart Roof Shopping Cart, guys. Okay, go. Ow, 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 ow.
All right, so this part of the video is about the map, and this one I'm going to take a little bit longer to talk about, but let me just get a hold of myself and kind of stay grounded and consistent with what I'm about to say. Now, one thing I love about Skate 3's map is that it's very open. It's very, kind of, I guess, realistic, if you want to say. And it feels like a real world place. But at the same time, there's just every little bit and piece you can go on and skate on. Whether that be a couple benches, or there's a couple pipes you can go on. It's a realistic, believable looking normal map. But it's also a very good skateboarding map. And that's what I love about Skate 3 and the other skate games, is that every area, of course, is skating, but each area has a sense of like, oh, this is a real place. And that's what I love about Skate 3, is the map is just very, very, very realistic feeling, but also, like I said, it's like a game. There's so many areas where you can skate on. So, where Skate 4 falls in the line with map slash kind of, I guess just map. It just feels very like open and city, and it like obviously has a bunch of shit in it, but it just doesn't really feel like there's a lot to do. Well, originally, now they've added a bunch of ramps, half pipes, stuff. I don't know. I mean, maybe my bias towards Skate 3's map is just that big. But, like, it doesn't feel connected to me in a way. Skate 4's map doesn't feel, like I said, it just doesn't feel connected. Skate 3, there's super mega, ultra mega park, and then it connects to the college campus, but then that connects to this area, that connects to another area. But then Skate 4, it's like, you go into a city, you keep going through city. Oh, here's a little piece of what looks like Brooklyn. Oh, hey, look, you're at a skate park now. It's kind of like, I don't know. Just the map feels pretty boring compared to Skate 3, and I kind of hate doing that. I hate comparing old games to newer games. Or I just hate comparisons in general because it kind of sucks, but if I'm being honest, that's how I have to do it, if I want to be honest with you guys. And Skate 4's map, while it isn't the worst thing ever, I feel like it's very dry at times. It just doesn't have that kind of attitude or that kind of sense of soul that Skate 3 had. And while I'm on while I'm on the topic of soul, that's what I feel like Skate 4 is missing. Skate 3 has had such a cool, feeling to it. Skate 3 felt very alive to me. It had personality. You had skateboarders everywhere. You had Jason Lee, aka Earl Hickey, aka David, aka Coach Frank.
You're gonna get good, and if you don't, I'm gonna break your board. Coach Frank.
The main man himself. And Coach Frank is just such an amazing character, and it's a beautiful introduction to the game. Because when you get put into a game, there's one thing you want to do, and it's like YouTube videos, and clearly I fail at it every time because I guarantee this video is only going to get like 60 views. So, whatever. But you want to capture the audience as soon as they get right into it. And Skate 3 does a perfect job. You get Coach Frank, a goofy, wacky, energetic coach that does skateboarding, that just wears this goofy outfit that looks like he just got done golfing and just threw on whatever he could find to make himself look like a coach. And he is just pumping you up, getting you ready to skateboard. You know, he goes like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? It's just super exciting and fun. You kind of get a sense of like, oh yeah, I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm getting myself into a high octane, exciting, fun skateboarding game. And that sounds like I'm talking off an AI script. I'm not. I'm just talking purely off my mind. I talk like a robot. But, excuse me. It's, what I'm trying to get at is Skate 3 really reels you in. It really captures you right from the get-go. Ignoring, like, Coach Frank, even when you open the game, you get this goofy-ass funny cutscene of rednecks hunting. What does that do with skateboarding? I don't know. It's cool. It captures my interest. Skate 3 had such a unique, fun personality. It didn't take itself serious. I mean, God, there's a whole section called Hall of Meat where you break bones. And that's what I love about Skate 3 and skateboarding games in general. There was such soul and personality. And then you go on Skate 4 and it's like, it never captured me. You just, here, make your character, and then here's an AI robot named V that talks to you. And that's my biggest complaint with this game. Like I said, there is no soul. There's no personality. Skate 4 is just very soulless. As soon as you get in, like I said, you make a character, then V talks to you, teaches you the basics. And the worst part too is once you do that, you do these tricks he tells you, it's not like Coach Frank where he's like, yeah, you just did that. You did a cool kickflip. Hell yeah. In this game, it's like, wow, you did a cool flip. Huh. Right on, dude. It's like, okay. It doesn't really give you much of an incentive to keep on playing. It's kind of just like, all right, I'm skateboarding, I guess. It feels like it lacks soul. It kind of sucks. It just feels empty. And then once you get out on the streets in the actual city, you still don't get much personality from the actual human characters. I mean, I muted them, but even then they just were like, hey, why don't you do a cool flip off this building? That'd be cool, right? Then you landed like, yeah, that's awesome. Cool, man. It just reminds me of that picture of Steve Buscemi being like, how do you do, fellow kids?
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
It's just like they're trying way too hard to be skateboarders. It's like walking into Zoomies, almost. It's just like these people try way too hard to be skateboarders when they don't really skateboard. They don't know much. And I'm not saying I'm a skateboarder. I'm not. I mean, you've seen how I look, and if you live in Iowa, you've probably seen me at the skate park. I don't skate. I just go down ramps. Here's a video of my friend skateboarding. All right, Ethan, what do you call it?
This is called the Don't Eat Shit.
2.
Actually, this is called the Shoeless Tornado.
Just get this shit going.
Oh, shit.
Boom. Oh, he's still going. I don't know, he fell. What he does in this video is basically what I can do only. I can barely do a kickflip. So, I'm not saying I'm some like savant at skateboarding or anything. It's just people don't talk like that. Hey, nice trick, bro. Right on, dude. We don't talk like to each other like that. No, I'm not saying you're supposed to be like, yo, dude, that was sick as hell, bro. That was so awesome. I'm not saying glaze us. Just make the dialogue feel a little bit more realistic, less robotic. It sucks. And like I said, comparing that to Skate 3, it's soulless. It's so corporate, and that's my other complaint, is that this game is very corporate. Shocker, it's EA. This doesn't feel like Skate 3, where skateboarding is a culture made by people that loved skateboarding. Skate 3 feels like the developers love skateboarding, or at least have a good idea of what skateboarding is. Skate 4 is just like, okay, let's go into zoomies, let's go into vans, let's at least watch like 20 minutes of a Tony Hawk video, and that's what our references will be for Skate 4. They did that, and well, look what we got. It feels like they didn't really take much time to make a map where you're skateboarding. I mean, that's kind of wrong, but it just feels like, it doesn't feel like they really went through the map a whole lot to do skateboarding. Like in Skate 3, you can do tricks and do tons of stuff on like anything. That whole map feels like one huge ass skate park than it does a city or a town or a college campus. Skate 4 just feels like it's just a map, but that's it. There's some skate parks, there's some areas where you can skateboard, but besides that, it's just the map. Last thing I want to talk about is more, this is kind of the section where I want to talk about just my overall thoughts, last minute things I don't really think deserve the whole section of the video, and like I said, just what I hope happens in the future. Sorry, just took a drink of coffee. So here's the little stuff that I didn't want to give whole sections to, but I'll just quickly go over. 1, the music. Now, honestly, Skate 3 soundtrack is phenomenal, and to be honest, it's going to be hard to beat. I mean, you can go from some metal, you can go to hip-hop, you can go from, it just makes it fall into 3 things I think is perfect that all people do in skateboarding. You either have that energetic, crazy, fun metal music or just rock music that makes you just want to get pumped up and do shit. You just want to do kick flips, you want to go flipping off buildings, you want to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. But then you have hip hop or laid back, smooth bum rock where it's just like, you know what, I'm skateboarding, I'll do an ollie or two, but I'm just chill. I'm trying to just get around the map, you know? Maybe I'll do like I said, maybe I'll do a kick flip, maybe I'll go on a ramp. Then of course there's the mixture of just both, where it's like just all around, just rock, hip hop, where it's like, yeah, I'm playing Skate 3, you know, I'm gonna do some tricks, but then also I'm gonna take a couple minutes to chill back and relax. The music in that game is honestly perfect, and it's got a lot of bangers in there. And compared to Skate 4, I'm not saying the soundtrack is bad, but like, a lot of the music doesn't feel skateboarding to me. But obviously this is just early access, so I'm sure they're going to add a lot more music and a lot less filler music. No hate on the bands or the songs. They're good songs and they're good bands. I just think for the sense of it being a skateboarding game, they don't really fit in all too much. I just kind of turn on Spotify and play Skate 4. Next thing that I would also like to talk about, besides the music, I'd also like to talk about, and I kind of already talked, I did. I just want to set this record straight, and I want this to be a thing I need them to work on really bad, is please, please, please work on characters. Please do. So that's what I loved about Skate 3. The personality of these characters were amazing. Coach Frank was amazing. I'm not saying you're going to have to pull Jason Lee back to do Coach Frank. I'm not saying you're going to have to pull back all these skateboarders to be around the map just to do challenges, even though that would be cool. I just at least want you to give these characters more personality. This video's gone on for a little too long. I think it's like a 20-minute video, but I don't really care. My final thoughts on Skate 4 and if you should play it. In my opinion, if you don't have a PS3 or Game Pass or a Series X where you can just get Skate 3, play Skate 4, but don't go into it with big expectations. Besides it feeling soulless, Skate 4 is quite honestly a pretty fun game. If you take your time to at least try and find areas to do tricks, to do fun stuff, to do stunts, go ahead and do it. This game is super easy to try and figure out places to go to, or trying to find spots to do cool ass tricks. It's not that hard. I feel like people are too much babies on it. You can add ramps and stuff, which is kind of annoying that you have to add your own stuff to make it feel like a Skate 3 game or just like a Skate game. But yeah, it's not that hard. The tutorial is a bit of a slog, so get used to that. But yeah, I think Skate 4 is quite honestly like a 6.5 out of 10 as a whole to me. It's a okay game. It's a pretty solid game. It's pretty fun, and I can imagine it's a lot more fun with friends if you're just not taking it serious and messing around. But if you just want to play a simple skate game, kind of turn off your brain, just skate around, just do some stuff, not really try to do anything crazy, Skate 4 is for you. I love you guys. Yeah, this was just kind of like a review video. It's something I never really do. I didn't really edit much on this because I kind of just wanted to get a video out there. But if you guys want more game reviews and stuff, I think I'll gladly do that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my stupid little review. If you don't agree with me, that's cool. Whatever. Put down in the comments below what you personally think about the game, what you guys think is really good, what you think is bad, and what your rating is on this game. I'd love to know and hear from you people. So yeah, like and subscribe if you want, if you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching my review, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.